Well, I was gonna go for a cruise tonight, but can't get a hold of anybody, so I guess we'll start doing some sanding. It's a lovely night to sand. Well, I feel like I did about, must have been an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours of sanding. I don't think it was that long. Didn't quite keep track. I have the rough sands. I gotta go around and actually sand all the, like hand sand all the edges now. With the doors and the jambs and stuff like that. I just did whatever I could do with the orbital. Orbital's not perfect, but it's perfect enough for this car. So yeah, still gotta do the sill pan and the bottom splash pan and behind here, just everywhere I couldn't get with the orbital. I am got to hand sand yet. Getting close. Gonna order up some sealer. I think that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint this thing in, I'll get some tinted sealer and trim, whatever, paint the top, the bottom, and sealer, try that. Really, it's not enough. It'll be an unfinished car, so I'm gonna drive it, get my kicks. If and when I decide to sell it, at least somebody else can finish it properly. I'm just gonna enjoy it with minimal time and money into it and have some fun. Coat number one. I'm just rattle canning all the stuff because, well, mostly because I'm rattle canning. I'm using this. This is what I'm going to be, I'm just doing a flat white. That's what I'm going to do for the lid. And then I'll do the green and a satin. I got a little over anxious there before supper and I just rattle canned up the doors there. So, dealing with it, I'll touch it up after. But, yeah, coat one, gonna do another coat. Basically just doing the jambs, I'm just rattle canning. I'll probably do here, I'm gonna scuff up the inside of these jambs too, and then I'll, this and under the hood, smoke it with that green there. What do I got going on here? Oh, what did I do? So I pretty much just sanded all the jambs down with 220. And then, I don't know if you noticed, but I was using just the red Scotch Brite, so that's my go-to. Basically, when you can't get somewhere, I basically go over the whole car with this stuff and whatever. In case you can't sand somewhere, you get that in there, it'll rough it up so your paint sticks. So, figure another coat or two. Yeah, I know, I could have taped everything off. I'm just doing the old cardboard thing. I'm just going to get to the main parts. I just hit her with some gun wash after and just give her a quick wipe and good to go. So, yeah, probably going to be about 2-3 coats of this. And then let it sit I'll mask that off, and then I'll shoot the green down on the bottom. I like it. So everybody asking, it's going two-tone. If you haven't known. I'm gonna go white on top, so it'll be a flat white with that mint green, or pistachio green they call it. I wish I could get this stuff in a can, so I'm gonna have to get some paint mixed up. The color that I'm shooting the car is actually pistachio satin. It's the Krylon, but you can't get this in a bucket like that, so I'll have to get a little bit of paint mixed so I can shoot the car. It covers really good. This is literally just one coat and it actually covered, but that'd be something, eh? Rattle can the car. I don't think I could do that though. I'm not that skilled with a rattle can. But anyways, I think that's flashed, so I'm gonna put another coat on. Well, it took exactly 1 can of white rattle paint to paint up all these jambs here with minimal bugs stuck in it. So we're doing pretty good. So it's almost dry enough I can mask off. I want to just basically do a line and then I can paint my pistachio color there. So start working on that. Well, I thought there'd be more paint than there was, but I ended up having just enough. So, pretty much when that dries, should be right that color there. So I split to the white. I don't know, good enough. Good enough for what it is. Oh yeah, some folks are saying me spray that and they're thinking that thing's gonna get full of overspray. Well, it's still all full of dust from the bodywork, so I'm really not worried about anything sticking to it. If you look at it, it's it'll wash off. It's all good. Yeah, during the day the bugs aren't so bad. Look at this stuff at night, eh? Gets bad around here. That's all just dead bugs. I don't know if they fall out of the lights or what happens there. That is insane. Let's have to paint in the morning. Paint in the morning with a bit of dew. Should be good to go. But, well, I guess I'll let that dry tonight. And I guess tomorrow I'm just going to sand. I actually have to sand the whole car yet. I just orbitaled a bunch of it, but I haven't got into any of the little spots that I couldn't get the machine. Like all around here and stuff like that. In these little grooves in there and stuff. So, yeah, till tomorrow. Okay, what are we today? Tuesday, 8 o'clock. I got my other car out, so that's good. Got that done. Now, most of this roof sanded. Just gotta do a few little spots, go over it, and then sand these jambs. And while the tape is still semi-good, then I should shoot some paint on it tonight. Should try that. Get the top done, so I can get the rest of the car ready, hopefully by the weekend, that shoot some paint on it too. So the roof's been washed down. I tacked it off. I always just throw it in a plastic bag because these things last quite a while actually. But the roof's been all sanded, washed, tacked down. You just see I just rattle canned some primer on because I burned through the primer in a few spots. And I don't know, I just don't want to put paint directly on Bondo, so it doesn't tend to like sticking. So it's just an enamel I'm doing, so I'm not really worried about bare steel and stuff because that's kind of what the paint's designed for. So what I am doing is I am just shooting, I'm going to do it a flat, is it a satin or a flat? I think it's just a flat white is what I'm doing on the top. Why not shiny? Because the roof is, it's not perfectly straight. It's good enough for what I want out of the car. So yeah, basically we did all the sanding, did all that. So we're about, I don't know, 8:45, so we've been at it for about 45 minutes mucking around. I got my paint mixing right now, so I'm gonna get that mixed up and get a first coat on here. I'm gonna point out, I mentioned earlier that I was gonna use a sealer, and I've learned that that's a no-no. You don't want to do that because a sealer is very porous and it doesn't keep anything out, any of the elements out, so that was a bad idea. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to go with an enamel. Oh, that didn't sound good. No, I think it was just my garbage can fell over. My disaster area. Again, I'm just doing this. I'm using this for my roof. People are going to ask what my mix ratio is. I have no idea. I'm just using some reducer, some generic acrylic enamel like a hardener. Put a splash of this and I mix this. Man, it's probably like 50 to 50, like 1 to 1, because this stuff's thick. But I'm only guesstimating. I kind of mix it as I go. Yeah, so I don't have a proper mix ratio for this. I just splash it in the gun, splash in the gun, splash some thinner in the gun, and away I go. I don't know, seems to work for me. So I'm gonna get some of this mixed up and do a first coat. Bad. Coat 1 done. Doesn't really look like any runs, so we're doing pretty good. Looks shiny, but it's going to dry flat. Should hide a lot of the ugliness that's going on. Oh yeah. Cool. Got my fan blowing. Although it seems fairly dry now. It's not dry, but dry enough that I'll probably be dumb enough to start peeling the tape off. I have one bug there. Ha! Mint. Just a few little stragglers there. That's not terrible. She's white. Oh, the top's white. Gonna peel that tape off soon. So we got one color on. Now I gotta just finish sanding the rest of the car. I've ordered some paint. I'm waiting for it to come. But I gotta retape. I know a lot of the guys had helped me with taping, and they're not painters or anything, so not that I am. You know, they helped, but it's all good. I told them they could do that, so yeah, that's what I did. So I might go through and retape a few things, but good part is I'll be able to now mask this off and then poly, like plastic, the roof off, because I don't have to touch that when I actually paint her. So what are we now? It is 20 to 10. So I don't know, I guess I put about, what time did I say I got in here? Was it 8 o'clock? So probably by the time I unmask this, I'll have be about 2 hours in, but I'm pretty much, I think it's about one beer into unmask that. One beer waiting time. And then I can go and peel this off. Or I can just do it right now. Like an idiot. Not terrible. Look like I got too much touch up to do. It's still a little wet. I'm very impatient. Okay. I'll go sit and stare at the paint dry while I have a drink. So, sitting here waiting for paint to dry. It's actually fairly dry. Like, bugs don't stick to it, so I open the door just to get some fresh air in.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Yeah. I don't do well sitting, waiting impatiently. Like a little kid. I should walk away. But it's here. It's mostly dry. I peeled the one window. Yeah, we're getting air on it. It's doing pretty good. For the record, this is one of the windows I didn't do. But thanks, Trev. I think that looks pretty good for what did I do? 2 hours of work or so tonight. Don't worry, he's not sticking on there. See? Just always gotta muck with it. That's all good. See, bugs not sticking to it, they're flying on her. It's actually pretty dry. Let's stand back. Whoa. First color, sweet. It's gonna look pretty ritzy with the other color there. Well, not sure how much footage I got. I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it here because I'm gonna have a few days yet of sanding, getting and prepping this thing, getting it ready for paint. I might do the exhaust or something too, I don't know. Or I'll just work on this thing. We'll see. But yeah, I think I'll leave that here for now. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.